Let's get it. 5 minutes. Episode 217, Hobby with Cage. Brought to you by Arena Club Blicker Trading. Fun little title I added in. Sometimes selling hurts. Man, what a crazy hobby week. Watch the news if you haven't seen it. Just craziness going on. But, behind it all, behind the Fanatics games and the craziness, there are cards. And there are decisions being made about your cards every day. I said recently some of the most fun that I've had in this space for the last year, changing the entire collection around, is doing research. Finding a card that I think is going to be one that fits in the collection, one that is underappreciated, one that I appreciate before everybody else does. Call it a bargain if you want. But the interesting thing about it is if you get the right card for the right reasons after that research, it's very hard to let it go. Even when people present real money for it, significantly more money than you paid for it, maybe even more money than you thought you'd get for it for a long time. The situation happens a lot. A lot of times you don't need the money, you just say no. Sometimes a number comes, an offer comes, and you move the card. What happens after is the interesting part. Because after you've said yes and after the card's gone, there is a void in your PC. There's no other way of saying it. There is now a hole, an empty spot. And the funny part is that even though you got all this money and you're ready to quickly just spend, because that's the easiest way to fill that void, right? Use the money you just got for that card and go buy something else. It's hard to think of something that will replace what you just sold. Maybe you got to buy two things. And you do the research, and if you're like me, what happens is you settle on a card that you think is good. Maybe it's not the same price, maybe it's less, but you think it's a value, you think it's something you want, and you reach out to the person who owns it, ready to probably overpay because you have all this money you just got from selling your card, ready to just, sweep the owner of that card off their feet. They can't say no. Then they say no. And it really becomes an introspective time because you didn't say no. You sold that card that was the cornerstone of your collection. You sold that card that was proof that you knew what you were doing. It was proof in, your current hobby journey, proof that, you know what you're doing. It's not the same old buy a card, sell it for less because you got to move on. It's something you bought, ready to hold, ready to, wait for the rest of the market to catch up to it and catch up to you. And it did. But it's gone. And you're looking for that next thing. But everybody you asked to sell you that next piece says no. And you're the one who said yes. Makes you think about whether you should have said no like everybody else. Especially when you know that card is not coming back. Now, I'm being a little cryptic. Not talking about the specific card because it doesn't matter what I'm talking about. Because if you've been in this space long enough, you've had that card that you didn't think you'd ever sell, that you didn't ever want to sell. But you sold it. You got a good offer. You got a good number. And what happens after is sometimes, you don't think about it. You don't think about, all right, the money's coming in. You sold the card. What do you do now? And that's where I am today. Hopefully, I find that next card to replace the hole in my PC. And the next month, because we got Fanatics Fest coming up and we got the National. Who wants to sell me a card? This today's hobby, 5 minutes. Sometimes selling, even when it's a lot of money, you should be doing, cartwheels. You should be celebrating. After the buzz of, hey, I just made a deal wears off, and you realize, I don't know if I can buy something with this money as good as what I just sold. That's when sometimes selling hurts. I'll talk to you guys soon. Brought to you by Arena Club and Bleecker Trading.